Ever wondered how to set up a Patreon page? One that would allow you to generate serious earnings? Well, I'm gonna share how I spent a few days setting up my Patreon, and weeks later I'm generating over 4 figures monthly. It's coming up, you dig?
Brian G. Johnson!
Hey, it's me, Brian G. Welcome back to the channel. And if it's your first time, welcome. It's great to have you. And if you want to not only upload, but amplify your videos, consider subscribing. Hit the bell notification and you won't miss anything. 7 steps that I use to go from 0 to over 4 figures on Patreon. Step number 1, the setup. Keep it simple. You don't have to set up everything to open up shop. And here's how you can get this done quick. Take your YouTube channel art as well as your profile picture and use those when you set up your Patreon page. You want your Patreon page to look pretty much the same as your YouTube channel. That'll make it easy for those that want to join to know they're in the right place. Now, when editing your page on the About section, you can add sales text as well as an intro video, but when I got started, I didn't add any of that. Rather, I jumped to step 2. Focus on adding content to your Patreon page. You can add a lot of different types of content that are different from what's available at your YouTube channel. And as potential Patreons come in, they're gonna see you've got plenty available and they're gonna be interested. Now, once you've got content on your Patreon page, then go back and make sure you either have the intro video or the intro text really sharing the benefits of why someone should consider joining your Patreon. Now, the biggest question I see is tiers, like what should I offer on my Patreon? Step number 3, why not create some behind the scenes content? This can be pictures, images, or it could be a behind the scenes video. Now, I've done this a number of times and it gives my Patreons a peek into how I create my videos, what I do, the equipment I use, and more. Step number 4, think about adding your own MiniCourse to your Patreon. This is especially helpful if you're in a how-to industry. If you're an internet marketer, video creator, maybe you've got expertise in SEO, search engine optimization, Facebook advertising. This is a great way to take some of the content you've already created, add it to Patreon, and now you've just upped the value of your patronage. Patronage? Sure. Step number 5, another thing you can do is thank your Patreons, or you can feature your Patreons in your videos. You know, people want to be recognized, and anybody that's paying you, well, if you feature them, if you thank them, they're really going to appreciate it. Number 6, feature a Patreon exclusive hangout, maybe monthly. Get together with your Patreons, answer their question, spend time with them, because ultimately, really, that's what any kind of a Patreon is looking for, a closer connection to you, the YouTube creator. Step number 7, when it comes to content, why not simply link out to trending articles that are based on your particular niche? Whether you're a gamer, entrepreneur, maybe you've got a comedy channel, it really doesn't matter. Simply link to these articles, and then if you want to go a step further, give your own personal take on the content you're sharing. Because again, really what Patreons want is a deeper interaction with the creator. You're really creating community at a deeper level, and you want to honor that. Next up is promotion. How do you promote on YouTube? This is really important because if all you do is create very promotional materials, you're going to find you're not going to get a lot of traction with people subscribing, watching your videos, because they're going to feel that you're trying to sell them stuff, which you are. Now, what you do want to do is you want to do that maybe 10% of the time, maybe 5% of the time. So just figure every 10 videos, there's nothing wrong with having a promotional video. Another thing you can do is simply link to your Patreon page in your YouTube upload defaults. This is such a super easy win. Go to the channel section in Creator Studio, go to Upload Defaults, and simply create a link to your Patreon page. Now, every time you upload a video, that content that you feature in your Upload Defaults will be present. More links means more people visiting, means more Patreons for you. And lastly, simply talk about your Patreon page. There's a big difference between talking, mentioning, and letting people know it's available and hard sell and hard promotion. And what I've found is just by mentioning it from time to time, I'm getting new Patreons all the time. You know, if you want to leverage YouTube, if you want to grow a channel, make money, well, make sure to click the yellow B to the G icon below. You'll subscribe and you'll feed a poodle. I got two. And they're hungry. I'll see you next time. Poof, pixie dust.